Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today, we're tackling a topic that's often shrouded in misunderstanding and stigma: schizophrenia. It's a serious mental illness that affects millions, but there are so many misconceptions surrounding it. So let's dive in and debunk some of those myths, shall we? Because understanding schizophrenia is the first step to compassion and support. We're gonna break down what this condition really is, how it impacts people's lives, and how we can better support those living with it. This is a conversation that matters, folks. Let's get started. One of the biggest misconceptions about schizophrenia is that it means someone has multiple personalities, like that movie Split or the idea of a Jekyll and Hyde situation, but that's not actually schizophrenia. What people are often thinking of is dissociative identity disorder, formerly known as multiple personality disorder, and while both are complex mental health conditions, they're completely different. Schizophrenia doesn't involve switching between distinct identities. Instead, it's characterized by a disconnect from reality, often involving hallucinations, delusions, and difficulty with thinking and behavior. Think of it this way. DID is about different identities sharing one body, while schizophrenia is about a single person experiencing a break from reality. It's a nuanced but crucial distinction. Understanding this difference is so important, guys, because it helps us see schizophrenia for what it really is and address the real challenges people face. Another harmful myth surrounding schizophrenia is the association with violence. It's a stereotype perpetuated by movies and TV shows, often portraying individuals with schizophrenia as dangerous and unpredictable. But the truth is, people with schizophrenia are far more likely to be victims of violence than perpetrators. The vast majority are not violent and pose no threat to others. In fact, they're often withdrawn and prefer to be alone. This stigma is incredibly damaging because it leads to fear, discrimination, and isolation for those living with schizophrenia. It prevents them from seeking help, finding jobs, and living full lives. We need to remember that mental illness doesn't equate to violence. It's simply not true. Let's challenge these harmful stereotypes and treat everyone with the respect and dignity they deserve. Remember, folks, judging an entire group of people based on misinformation only perpetuates harm and ignorance. For decades, a cruel myth blamed parents, especially mothers, for causing schizophrenia in their children. This refrigerator mother theory suggested cold parenting was the root cause. Thankfully, we've moved past this harmful theory. Science shows schizophrenia is complex, involving genetics, brain chemistry, and environment. It's not caused by bad parenting. Mental illness is nobody's fault and deserves understanding, not blame. So if these myths aren't true, what is schizophrenia really? It's a complex brain disorder that affects how a person thinks, feels, and behaves. Imagine your thoughts, senses, and emotions all jumbled up, making it hard to distinguish between what's real and what's not. One of the hallmarks of schizophrenia is psychosis, which can manifest as hallucinations and delusions. Hallucinations are sensory experiences that aren't real, like hearing voices or seeing things that aren't there. Delusions, on the other hand, are strongly held beliefs that are not based in reality, like thinking someone is trying to harm you or that you have special powers. Schizophrenia can also lead to cognitive difficulties, making it hard to concentrate, remember things, or follow conversations. This can make daily life incredibly challenging. It's important to remember that schizophrenia affects everyone differently. No two individuals will experience it in exactly the same way. Schizophrenia is a serious condition, but there is hope. With the right treatment and support, people can live fulfilling lives. Treatment involves medication, therapy, and social support. Medications manage symptoms while therapy provides coping strategies. Support groups offer belonging and understanding. Recovery has ups and downs, but with support, meaningful lives are possible. Together we can challenge stigma and advocate for better resources. Thanks for sticking with me, everyone. It's been a long one, but I hope you found this deep dive into schizophrenia informative and eye-opening. Remember, knowledge is power, and by understanding mental illness better, we can help break down stigma and support those who need it most. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more conversations about mental health. And as always, don't be afraid to reach out for help if you or someone you know is struggling. There are resources available, and you don't have to go through this alone. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.